Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into something that's been buzzing in the comments and across parent forums. It's about a popular children's show that millions of kids watch every single day. On the surface, it's all bright colors, catchy songs, and simple lessons. But some viewers have started noticing things that are, let's just say, a little unsettling. They claim that if you look closely, really closely, you'll find symbols and numbers hidden in plain sight that don't belong in a kid's show. So what are we talking about? We're talking about claims of hidden messages. People have been going through episodes frame by frame, and what they say they've found is surprising. The main claim revolves around the number 6666, which many associate with negative connotations. Viewers have been posting screenshots online, pointing to cloud formations, patterns on wallpapers, and even abstract background art that they believe are intentionally shaped to look like this number. It's not just once or twice. They're saying it's a recurring pattern, almost like an inside joke for the animators or something more. Now, before we go any further, let's be clear. We're exploring a theory here. The idea that these are deliberate placements is just that, a theory. It could be a classic case of pareidolia, where our brains find familiar patterns in random shapes. We see faces in clouds, right? It could be the same thing here. An animator might draw a swirly cloud, and someone else sees a number. It's totally possible that these are all just coincidences. But the sheer volume of examples people are finding is what's making this conversation pick up steam. Let's look at some of the specific examples that are being shared. In one episode, there's a scene in a character's bedroom. On the wall, there's a poster with a series of squiggly lines. Viewers have zoomed in and highlighted 3 specific squiggles that look a lot like the number 6 repeated 3 times. In another scene, the characters are having a picnic, and the pattern on the blanket, when viewed from a certain angle, appears to form the same sequence of numbers. Then there are the more abstract examples: a puff of smoke from a train, a splash of water in a pond, even the arrangement of 3 circular bushes in a garden. People are pointing to these and asking, are these accidental or are they intentional? The argument from those who believe it's intentional is that animators are artists who control every single detail on the screen. From the color of a character's shoelaces to the texture of a brick wall, everything is meticulously planned. So they ask, why would these specific patterns appear so frequently, if not by design? This brings us to the next part of the theory, the idea of indoctrination. The concern is that if these symbols are being placed intentionally, what is the purpose? The theory suggests it's a way to normalize these symbols for a young, impressionable audience. Kids won't consciously recognize them, of course. They're just watching a cartoon about friendly animals or magical creatures. But the idea is that on a subconscious level, their minds are being exposed to this imagery over and over again. Proponents of this theory worry that this desensitizes children. When they grow up and encounter these symbols in other contexts, they might not have the same negative association with them because they've been part of their happy childhood memories. It sounds like something out of a science fiction movie, but it's a genuine fear for some parents. They feel that their children's innocence is being targeted, and they're being exposed to concepts they are far too young to understand, all under the guise of harmless entertainment. This concern is amplified by the fact that parents are often in the other room while their kids are watching these shows. You hear the happy music, you see the bright animation from a distance, and you assume everything is fine. You trust the network, you trust the creators. The idea that you might need to sit and analyze every frame of a cartoon is exhausting and, frankly, a bit scary for a busy parent. You want to believe that the content curated for your children is safe and positive. This is why these theories, when they pop up, can cause so much alarm. They tap into that deep-seated parental instinct to protect. So, what has been the official response to all of this? Well, that's where things get even more interesting. There hasn't been one. Major news outlets have reported that when they've reached out to the network and the production company for a comment on these allegations, they've been met with silence. No denial, no explanation, no statement whatsoever. And in the world of public relations, silence can be very loud. This lack of a response has only fueled the speculation. Why not just come out and say it's a coincidence? Why not have the lead animator explain that the cloud formations are just clouds? Their silence is interpreted by many as a tacit admission. It makes people wonder if there's something to hide. If there was a simple, innocent explanation, wouldn't it be easy to just provide it and put everyone's minds at ease? The fact that they haven't done so has led many to believe that the symbols are, in fact, intentional. Of course, there could be other reasons for the silence. They might not want to dignify the theory with a response, believing it would only give it more attention. It's a classic PR dilemma. This isn't the first time a major entertainment company has faced this kind of accusation. For decades, people have claimed to find hidden messages in animated movies. There are urban legends about words hidden in dust clouds, suggestive shapes in the backgrounds of posters, and animators slipping in inappropriate jokes. Most of these have been debunked or explained as the work of a few rogue animators making a joke, not a top-down corporate conspiracy. However, the difference here, according to those who follow this theory, is the consistency. It's not just one or two isolated incidents. It's the claim that these symbols are in every single episode. That implies a systematic effort, a coordinated plan from the creative team, which is a much more serious allegation. It's the difference between a prank and a campaign. So what should you do as a parent? The people who are concerned about this are suggesting that parents need to be more vigilant. They're saying you can't just trust the brand name or the channel. They recommend watching shows with your children, especially new ones. Pay attention to the background details. See if you notice anything that makes you uncomfortable. Some have gone as far as to create lists of shows they believe parents should ban immediately. This particular show we're discussing is at the top of many of those lists. They argue that until the company provides a clear explanation, the risk is too great. The core of their message is, you are the gatekeeper of your home. You decide what your children consume. They encourage parents to trust their gut. If a show feels off to you, even if you can't quite put your finger on why, it's okay to turn it off. Now let's step back and look at the bigger picture. We live in an age of information, but also an age of misinformation. It's incredibly easy for theories to spread online, whether they're true or not. A few screenshots, a compelling video, and an idea can go viral in a matter of hours. It is important to approach these things with a healthy dose of skepticism and to do our own research. Is it possible that a team of animators is hiding symbols in a children's show? Yes, it's possible. Is it also possible that people are seeing patterns that aren't really there, fueled by a community of believers online? Yes, that's also very possible. The truth is often somewhere in the middle. Maybe a few animators thought it would be funny to hide some things, and now it's been blown up into a massive conspiracy. Ultimately, the goal of this video isn't to tell you what to believe. It's to present the information that's out there, to show you the examples people are pointing to, and to explain the concerns they have. The conversation around this show highlights a growing distrust between consumers and large corporations. People feel that they're being manipulated, and they're looking for evidence to prove it. The power is in your hands to decide what's best for your family. The most important thing is to be an engaged parent. Talk to your kids about what they're watching, watch with them when you can, and create an open dialogue in your home. Entertainment is a huge part of our lives, but it's important to be mindful consumers, not just passive ones. So what do you think? Have you seen this show? Have you noticed any of these symbols yourself? Or do you think it's all just a big misunderstanding, a case of people's imaginations running wild? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I'm really curious to hear the different perspectives on this one. It's a fascinating and complex topic, and there's no single right answer. Thanks so much for watching today. If you found this video interesting or thought-provoking, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing for more deep dives into the topics you care about. We'll see you in the next one.